I'm back, bitches. Bam, bam. This crazy video of what people go through like every fucking day.
This is 250 calories to prevent me from dying of hunger, and then this is a knife to maybe cut some weeds up there.
And we were just like excited. I think we were all excited to like be able to get that footage. But yeah, Andrew and Susan.
I should have Reaper.
All right, so turns out you actually can't do that. So if you're watching this, don't do what I
there we
did.
go.
It's a federal offense called failure to report,
AKA illegal entry to the United States.
punishable by up to a year
Fucking
in federal
idiot.
prison and or $5,000 in fines.
You can only enter the United States through an official port of entry with a customs agent there. Even if you're an American citizen, you cannot hop the border into your own country.
It took a lot longer, honestly, than I initially thought. I mean, I think we were on the other side 2-3 hours or something.
Yeah,
like
at
that.
least. So we had their location, and I was like looking at it, and you guys were moving like super slow, but we were rooting for you. You know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, they're probably like imagining you guys like crawling through the
One
brush
thing
and shit, like fighting off,
that I
like,
want
snakes
to
and
do
scorpions and shit. But
we kept checking like
is at least be able to
just
convert
refreshing, just, like,
the MIDI between
just being, all right, like,
the
voice is
different
moving.
they get to the Rio Grande,
different drum libraries that I have.
and
So obviously I've got the obvious.
they made it. And they get to the other
I've
side,
got
like motionless for like gotta be like 15-20 minutes, and I was like, word, like, again envisioning them just like waiting for the BP truck to go by, and like 20 minutes, like it was like, all right, like fuck's going on here, and then boom, speeding up the highway.
It's a good like chunky sound, I think. So yeah, haven't probably gonna make another project.
Agent apprehended us right across the river. Both the coyotes who brought us across jumped back in the river.
But yeah, first thing I need to do is definitely.
Border Patrol custody.
Definitely. What time is it?
Hey, we're journalists. We're trying to interview some migrants. We interviewed some people on the Mexican side. We just interviewed those guys that brought us.
Homie introduced me to Channel 5 News, so I'm throwing it on in the background. Hopefully I don't get a
like the Border Patrol agents.
CS. You know what that is.
We're gonna take you to
Do not even mention.
IDs, run your name, make sure you have no charges, and then once we check for that, you guys will be good to go. So we thought it was gonna be fine. So we get there to the Border Patrol facility. They take the shoelaces off.
So yeah, I need to.
Give me this blue outfit, and we walk in. It
Going on
kind of looks like a DMV or a Department of Licensing, depending on which state you're in. So you know how it is. It's like you got
Come on, here we
six
go.
computers behind this like Citadel type center complex. Everyone's typing away, running people's names and shit. We're just sitting there waiting.
Why does it look like 2 right now?
My fingerprint. They take a picture of
That's
me,
weird.
A couple basic questions. What were you doing in Mexico?
It's not what I want.
North Korea, like
Oh,
you
this
been
is
to Russia before. Random shit.
not-
See if I was, like a spy. They were like, and then he was like,
Latest.
"All right, cool, sounds good. We'll talk to you in a second." So I sit on one of the benches right there.
I don't know what's going on with my app. Being weird. My YouTube app.
Our journalists, I was like, look,
Trying to monitor the stream on my YouTube app on my iPhone.
It's all good. So
And
Border Patrol dudes
it's
that
showing me
stories about how they've had
from earlier. Okay, here we go.
Drowning children and how they've had to
Now I can see it.
floating in the river and just all these traumatic incidents that their job entails and how they felt like we were kind of making a mockery of their job and the risk associated.
All right.
Which I was sympathetic to. Looking back, I think we did go a bit
Okay, so I need to open
another
another
but I wanted to get the story,
Google
I figured it and made
Chrome
sense.
tab.
But looking back, I probably wouldn't do it.
Hide my
Do an interview.
bookmarks.
Behind me, there had to have been
Bookmarks.
200 migrants just staring at me through this glass.
Um,
And it was like the
so
weirdest thing I'd ever seen.
let's see.
They were bewildered as well because they were also wearing these outfits, and they saw I was in the
What
outfit.
I've
and
got
I was
going
visibly
on over
American.
here?
Susan is also visibly American. At first, it was a little bit awkward, but then I guess there's some metal star in Latin America that looks just like Susan. What's his name? El Buki.
Oh man, I'm starting to hit 210 again.
We hear people yelling.
I gotta watch it with that.
Going like this, like El Buki.
I'm up to
Susan
like
turns around,
200.
El Buki, and they're all just like, yeah.
Come on.
They were hyped on us, you know. And most of
That
these people were covered in
200.
water from the Rio Grande, like
Not too bad.
bloodshot eyes. I can't even imagine how long they've been on the road.
You know, I'm gonna crank it down to
Most of them were being processed to be sent home. It wasn't like a put you on a bus.
for the
take you
time
out
being.
situation. It
Then
was
we're
like
also gonna
kind
do
of
one
like-
thing
So
here.
I'm looking at all these dudes in the box as they call it, and I'm like, oh, thank God I'm not going in there. You know, like it's gonna be fine. And so they call me back up, and they're like, Callahan, you're being brought up for prosecution. And they're like,
All right.
entry into the United States. I'm like, what?
Let me
the fuck?
see.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, it's still registering.
And one of them goes, I know you're not an illegal alien, but you did something an illegal alien would do.
Yeah, see, I don't need all
You
that.
there. I'm like, all right, let's keep it real.
CPU
Like,
usage.
probably a couple hours. Remember that?
Still
All right,
running
should I wait in here? He's like, no, we're
pretty
gonna
hard.
have to wait in
26
here."
gigs
I'm just like,
in usage. It's pretty
no
crazy.
fucking way. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm like kicking and screaming at this moment. I was like, I'm a fucking American.
20
citizen, and I
process.
have rights."
20 thread.
And they were like, you're a detainee.
But apparently Intel doesn't do threads anymore with their latest processors.
Processed in a county jail.
So, I mean, obviously, first thing we did was try to call the Border Patrol office, and it's funny when I was on the
All right.
phone with them, I started to realize that they don't.
Yeah, so I need to download,
You get booked in like.
but it is.
You'll
Well, I think I have it already.
Probably by the end of the night.
All plugins, and then
You got locked up, what you're there
what's
for.
it? MIDI remap. MIDI re.
Friends that are
Do I not have MIDI remap anymore?
They're under investigation. We're not at liberty to talk about any of this. They didn't have to confirm like whether or not they were there or anything. Like
being in the custody of CBP is not the same as being in custody of like.
Might be called something else.
There's the
Let me
Constitution
see here.
and all of that. CBP.
Damn, original. I don't have that.
If you're illegal, you don't have constitutional rights. I mean, they could be charged with
Neural node, Crow Hill.
if they were believed to be so because you know if two guys
Yeah, I don't think I have it.
and you bring somebody with you.
The
That's
Growler. That thing sucks.
Because you'll have access
I
to
tried it. It was trash.
Like there's no rec time,
Some free
commissary,
virtual
phone calls. So I go in
plug,
the
foot pedal,
box,
bass
extremely big
plugin.
room, probably
Sounds like ass. Anyways, MIDI
maybe 60
remap.
all huddled up next to each other. There's
Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. Convert your drums.
there, and that movie,
This thing
the
is.
Wilson movie where the golden retriever dies. Spoiler alert. And there's one sink and one toilet for 50 people. Whew, that did not stop dudes from shitting. Man, I've never smelled gnarlier shits in my life. I walk in and they were like, ¿Por qué estás aquí? And I was like, soy americano. And they were like, americano y estás aquí? ¿Por qué? And so I became like a real golden goose up in that pod. There's this big ass tag on the wall that says MS Honduras, like, you know, MS-13 Honduras. All these fucking dudes in there start pointing to it and they're like, Mira, Mississippi! Aha, Mississippi! They're acting like I did it because I'm white. They were just fucking with me. Susan is in the other pod across the way. So I see him, I don't know what it was, but I see him sitting there in this.
See if I can run my Venmo card and
Like he was
get my subscription back for this
over at you. I see you in the
subscription-based MIDI remap VST. Let's see.
I'm
One.
because this guy's got to be like 5 feet away from Susan. So I keep going like this. I ended up talking to these kids from Colombia. Cool ass 19-year-old kids from Colombia had absolutely no idea about like what America was like. Didn't even know where they were going. They were just like, yeah, we just left Medellin. We're from the slums. We left the slums of Medellin 2 days ago. The first thing they asked me is they're like, where do people speak Spanish at? And I was like, pretty much everywhere. You know, a lot of Mexicans in Texas and California and the Southwest. And in Florida, you got the Cubans. And New York and Philly, you got Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and stuff. And they were like, what about Nashville? And I was like, no, they don't speak Spanish there. I was like, the one place where I was like, they definitely don't speak Spanish there. And they were like, that's where I want to go. And I was like, why? And they were like, Taylor Swift.
All right, let's see if that works. Oh, payment. Let's see.
Just like cowboy and cowgirl. Like,
Venmo.
not every migrant is like at the end.
I think it's on. I think I turned it on.
That's what these kids were on. And we're like, I was like,
Yeah, it should be on.
That was interesting. So I chopped it up with them. They were asking me about my tattoo.
Yeah, alright. So I'm going to just transfer a few dollars to my
Happening in the pod because
personal bank.
and you know, like, we're not talking about crying. Like, he was like, you know, and no
The fuck is that guy doing?
But like, there's 50 dudes in there. Half of them are trying to sleep. Some are trying to watch Marley and Me. I keep trying to run the dude up for Capri Suns, and this dude in the corner is blowing everybody's high. And so he's just like, ah! And so I go up to him, naturally being someone that tries to empathize with people. I'm like, dude, what's going on? And he's like, Nepal, Nepal. I was like, yep, Nepal. And he points to his wristband, and it said, like, Nepal 18. So he was from Nepal. And I was like, yeah, Nepal. And he's like, Nepal, Nepal. I was like, God, this guy sucks.
3, so like $4. We'll do it.
Crazy, there was people all the way from
$3.75.
the 4 days that we were locked up at the facility, we probably saw 10,000 people being processed from all walks of life, from all countries I could even think of. Countries I didn't even know existed. Uzbekistan, the hell's that? Like some of them, it was a really difficult situation with the translation because most of the Border Patrol agents speak Spanish and English. So they're on the phone with the fucking Bangladeshi consulate being like, do you claim this man? And, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, they got phones and translators and shit. Kid from Nepal is crying. Got Congress people from Kathmandu being like, bring him home. It's a fucking nightmare. It's like the UN. But man, I saw so many people.
While I was detained, Elliot and Juan did their best to continue the shoot and walked around Eagle Pass asking people if they knew of something going on.
No,
We went to the
no,
smoke
no,
shop
no.
to get some rolling papers, and the locals there, they told us about some street races that were going on.
I started recording. There was first race. All of a sudden, like, you know, and I just happened to be recording, thank God, like, you know, and fucking, so I got this gnarly car crash on camera, and then the smoke clears, and you can just see the fucking, like, the carcass of the fucking car, like, left there. Oh my God, they were saying it was some $300,000 car that was on Street Outlaws or something like that.
As night began to fall on the first day of my detention, Elliot
I gotta
and Juan
download
went to a
this thing
local bar
again.
called Cooters, expecting me to be released at any moment.
Plug-in version. Download the installer.
Free my guys. Free them boys, bro. This shit's fucked up, bro.
Then all of a sudden, the guards come back about 3 hours later. They say, everybody except Callahan, get on the bus. Everybody from the pod fucking leaves. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm trying to get out of here. And they were like, yeah, your case is kind of a weird one, and the courts are pretty backed up right now, so we're just gonna have you hang tight, all right? See you in a bit. Fucking as soon as all the homies leave, 60 new guys come in. So I'm sitting alone. All these migrants start dumping into the pod. I'm like, fuck. So this nightmare repeats itself over and over again to the point where even the guards realize they're being a little bit too harsh. So they put me and Susan in a solitary confinement cell together. It was the best moment of my life. They were like, Callahan. And I'm like, oh, am I getting out? They were like, you and Susan are going to the hole. We can't have you fraternizing with these illegal aliens. They seem to be taking a real liking to you. And I was like, shit. So they put me and Susan in the cell, and it's 62 degrees. When I talked to an immigration-related journalist later, they said they refer to these rooms as the ice boxes. How do you say it? Hieleras? Hieleras. And they purposely make them as cold as possible to like send a message to migrants, so when they get out and they go back and tell their families or potential people who want to cross, like, yo, it's freezing in there. So it's 62 degrees. And also, like, the thing that I didn't even know that fucked me up is no natural light. And I'm not talking about the beer, I'm talking about the sun. Like, it fucks with you. I didn't like really understand that I was dependent on the sun, like, as a human being. Like, I never saw the sunlight, and I was like, oh fuck, thank God. But when you're just like in a room where the lights never turn off. There's no bed, there's no pillow, there is just the cold, hard ground, a vent blowing out 62-degree air, and a little like bench type situation with no mat on it either. And it was horrible, especially because I had no idea how long I'd be in there for. They wouldn't tell me when I'm getting out. I was like, am I getting out tomorrow or the next day? Dude, 2 days go by.
On the beginning of the second day in the processing center, they decided to separate me and Susan. They say, for legal reasons. They said that because our case was ongoing, there were concerns that we were conspiring to provide the Department of Homeland Security with a false alibi.
Alright,
So
I got the plugin. I need to install it.
Yeah, no,
did I
crazy.
install it? I think I
sitting there in my
did.
cell,
Alright, so I
stinking
need
up the
to.
place. No showers, no hand soap.
In Reaper.
And also like, just like wondering what my bros were up to. I can only imagine how they must have felt. I mean, they must have been worried sick thinking about, you know, what I was going through. Like I just imagined how hard it must have been for them to know that their homie was being held in a small concrete cage.
So all of this happened to be going down during Halloween weekend. So at one point, like, yeah, and like, it was funny. It was like, are we really gonna go to a Halloween party right now while our boys are locked up? Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, we gotta get this footage. Like, let's go see what's happening. We'll pass.
So we go out Saturday, we go to the Halloween party.
Cheddar.
I set up MIDI remap in Reaper.
First plugin in the chain. You can simply drag and drop it down. MIDI remap first and then your drum library. Then in MIDI remap, choose your source library. In this case, I'm using a tune track. Then in MIDI plugin in the chain, you can simply drag section. Important part is MIDI remap needs to be the first plugin in the chain. You can simply drag and drop it down. MIDI remap first and then your drum library. Then in MIDI remap, choose your source library. In this case, I'm using a tune track groove with Easy Drummer, and I now want to use it with Get Good Drums, Benny Grip. Let's listen to it again. Nice. Okay, nice. So now let's say you're happy with the result and how the new library. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use MIDI remap inside Reaper to use existing drums with a new library. So I have this tune track groove on an Easy Drummer track right now. And let's say I want to use this with the Get Good Drums library Benny Grip. If I just drag it down here, it's not going to work because the notes are mapped completely different. So on the new libraries track, open the VST instrument section and add MIDI remap. You will find it in the VST3 instrument section.
There should be.
Important part is MIDI remap needs to be the first plugin in the chain. You can simply drag and drop it down. MIDI remap first and then your drum library. Then in MIDI remap, choose your source library. In this case, I'm using a tune track groove with Easy Drummer, and I now want to use it with Get Good Drums, Benny Grip. Let's listen to it again. Nice. Okay, nice. So now let's say you're happy with the result and how the new library sounds and want to proceed programming drums using the new library. So again, open the track's effect section showing the virtual instruments and deactivate your drum library for the moment. And then select all the MIDI events on your track if you have more than one item. In this case, it's only one. Then right click and click on Apply Track Take Effects to Items as New Take MIDI Output. Then you get a fresh take with the translated notes. You can remove MIDI remap from the track and reactivate your drum library. Fresh take with the translated notes and can edit your drums as usual. If you want, delete the old take as you won't need it anymore. If you wonder why my drum editing mode looks so nice, head to midimap.com, download one of our drum maps for Reaper, and check out the video we did about drum editing in Reaper. If you are using Reaper and programming drums, you should really switch from editing in the piano roll to using named notes. And today I want to show you a great feature on midimap.com which allows you to download named notes for the most important drum libraries out there at the moment. So I have Get Good Drums P4 kit loaded up right here in Reaper. And I'm just gonna jump to the piano roll. I have a basic part right here. Nothing funny, just basic. So usually you might program drums like this. Okay, this is the kick. I know that somewhere here's the hi-hat tight tip. It's a pain in the ass. Reaper has this concept of named notes. If you switch to this view, you can go here and you can now name, for example, this here. Just double right click on Windows. I don't know how to do it on Mac. And you can now name it like kick. Okay, that's great. Now see this is a kick. And let's name this one snare. Yeah, that's already great. But there's a way faster way. You can use MIDI remap to simply download the file for you. If you, for example, in this case, have Get Good Drums P4 helping kit and you want to have a named note map, go to midimap.com, go to download drum maps, and now look for your library, Get Good Drums P4 Met Helper, right? I'm using Reaper, and simply download this file. Head back to Reaper, and Reaper has this great feature of importing named note files. You can go to File, Node CC Names, load Node CC Names from File. I'm going to choose File, going to Downloads, MIDI Remap Get Good Drums, and now you can see MIDI Remap did all the naming work for me, and I can do this with any library that's preset on midimap.com and save a lot of time. So let's listen to it. Okay, kick is right, snare is right, hi-hat tight edge, hi-hat tight tip, even those are right. But this still isn't perfect for programming drums, I think, so let's optimize Reaper a little bit more. I now have names for all, but what about the notes that aren't mapped in the P4 kit? Let's go to View, Show.
Both of those envelopes because in the 7.24 Reaper update, we have lots of new features, including changes to automation points. We can now resize them. Many changes to automation and to rendering and to the custom menu editor. Lots of stuff. Let's check it out. And we're going to start this one off with a bunch of rapid fire quality of life improvements. Ruler, add actions and ruler context menu entries to set or reset project start time or start measure. So let's say we want bar 11 to be the starting position.
I haven't updated Reaper. I need to copy this over.
Project settings.
Copy track. I think I can copy the whole track just by...
Click on it, set 0 to current edit cursor, and then hit OK. And now bar 11 is where the 0 position of the time counter is. Now, if we want to reset that, right-click in the ruler area, then change start time measure. We can now set this to the edit cursor, reset project start time, set measure 1 to the nearest measure.
That should be doing the thing.
Measure.
Sorry about that.
Measure 1.
Now I gotta save it. Okay. We're gonna call this one.
You don't always have to go into project settings to do this anymore. You can now do it from the...
This is gonna be Get Good Drums. Get drums and bass and shit. Get Good Drums Invasion Kit, and then
batch converter improves support for converting video media items imported from a range. So I've got some video clips here in my timeline. I'm going to go up to the file menu, go to batch file item converter. I'm going to import these from the timeline, just like that, with the add button. And now I will convert these to 24-bit WAV files and be able to do things like normalize and things like that. So yeah, so it's just better support of grabbing the items from the timeline and then being able to process them. If they're stereo files, you can convert them to multi-mono. You can choose to keep them at whatever the source format is, changing sample rates, adding metadata. If you have a
All right, really long file name. GGD, Get Good Drums, Invasion Kit, Neural DSP Amp Sims, all 2024 demo, maybe revision 1. I want to do an easy drummer version or a superior drummer. Probably both of those, so 3.
Double-click open source properties.
3, whatever. Anyways, 3 different versions of the same demo. I have too many software toys to choose from.
All right, so we go to the insert menu.
All right, so we're doing the GGD. The GGD. That's all the little pink dots there. Put, let's do clicking at recently used. Where's my metering? Yeah, TR5 metering. Get that to program 1.
And all that stuff. You have the presets menu. Instead of having to right click. Sampling generator, double click. See this as play, record, stop. You're going to see this in the action list. If you're searching for transport, label show transport actions as transport, play, record, stop, in case the user doesn't know what a transport is. And so this is sort of like in response to Kenny's recent video on the transport bar. A lot of people will accidentally lose the transport bar, which is the play, stop, record buttons. For new users, they might accidentally hit the automation. Add preference to control which envelope is recorded to when pre-effects and post-effects envelopes are both armed. Reset latches, if not in latch preview, when moving edit cursor while stopped or paused. Improve latch behavior of a function. Metronome click source. Increase maximum click pattern length up to the cursor moves. Right? I think that makes sense. And when I stop, it's reverted back to the original state. Now, if I am not moving, I'll hit. All right, so in metronome click source, increase maximum click pattern length up to 72 beats, restore 4x click multiplier, support presets for click samples frequencies, always show editable text version of click pattern. All right, so in a previous update, we got an overhaul of the metronome, which added this grid for setting the different metronomes.
That's kind of what I'm looking forward to a little bit with the new Reaper updates.
Drum patterns.
I've never liked the metronome. It's kind of janky. Just really simple, and I like I'm spoiled with Neural DSP. They have a really nice metronome in the newer Neural DSP amp sim suites. They are pretty cool. Really fun way to that's how I got my sweep picking down, was using a Neural DSP metronome, setting it to slowly building it up and just going over the one shape that I know. It's like some minor shape. Anyways, let's see. Show sends. I don't need sends. Do that, and then you be like all the way up there.
And with this, you can just click in here and
that's pretty cool.
Create your pattern. And it is limited to the single and double
all right,
speed, which gives you
What I hear it with, what's the difference with the pusher?
Per bar. Neat. In addition to that, we've got the 4 different samples that can be loaded or frequency generators.
Yeah, it doesn't have all that extra weight on it.
We also have these sample presets, so you can set this the way that you like, and then save a preset. So I'll just save this as my default. Default marimba samples, and then you can just load that here. So if I change this stick down, stick sub for A and B, what this actually sounds like is this. I will save this as stick. Save preset, sticks. There you go. And we can switch back.
And then just use this. And yeah, it's not as like...
We have the option of setting the project to use the metronome grid. Toggle that right there. So setting these different click patterns like 2x, play faster.
It's really dark.
And you can also set this to like triplets as well.
I'm gonna add a bit of... Where are you?
It's very flexible in what you can do with the
There
metronome.
we go.
Custom menu editor. Export menu name when writing .reaper menu file. Importing .reaper menu or .reaper menu set.
Bandwidth, gain, frequency over here.
Importing .reaper menu allows importing from compatible context. Import menu name when importing Reaper menu into its original current toolbar. I'll just export this.
Play around with this a little bit.
And in addition to this, it doesn't automatically save them. So until you hit apply, you can see that there's a little star here noting that this is unsafe and it can be canceled. Now let's see what happens when you import by drag and drop. It works super intuitively. It imports into this empty context. What happens if you import it into a menu that is already existing? It replaces it. I think that's fair. Not a way to merge them that way. We can multiple copies. All takes within a media item as setting to adjust mono, media, and additional minor. So these should be all the normalized actions, and they've either been adjusted or renamed and
I like that. That sounds alright.
And we can try out some of these different options with the normalize function. Let's also spread these out like that and turn the grid off.
Alright, and
the actual settings here. So
we'll use the other
normalize to let's say peak of -2. Okay. And then we had have these options of
I need to put reading MIDI remap login. I gotta log in.
Each item will be adjusted
Gotta
to
use
kind of see in
this over here.
8 -0.94, etc. I'll undo that, and then I'll force these to be like as if it was one long item. Now, depending on if it's loudness normalization or just peak level, you may get different results with this item with this option versus force normalized to loudest item. I think for peak normalization, it's going to be kind of the same. Let's set this to a short-term max of -30, and there's no mono items here.
Use a source.
Normalize each item separately. Okay.
Okay.
And let's.
So I've got choose a source.
As if they were one long item.
Let me go ahead. The source is going to be.
Normalizing to the loudest item. I think that's going to be about the same, and then each item individually.
Let's see. It's going to be.
And then let's reset
this one.
List for
easy drummer.
Set this to
so let me go back over here.
And then normalize here.
And that's like 225. So
normalize each file separately to the loudest file, to one long file, or as
be like 220.
In the batch file converter.
Alright, and then they're doing
don't show the
sources, easy drummer problem.
Window. Things are treated as if
down over here, can't see it.
Files. And I think that's to be expected. To be a little unexpected to treat all of these files, individual files, as if they're one
drummer
file,
3,
but then export them separately. I think that's
drums, invasion.
In the comments, if that makes sense or not. Track groups support up to 120.
Nice. Exactly what I want to be happening. So that's a little quick. I think, oh yeah, I have a lot going on there. Let me go ahead and copy that. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that.
Click this. It will go down to the next set of. It will
drum tone.
Expand the list
Too light.
Until you go back up to the top. Or
and then throw you right there. Bing, bang, boom. Why is that so very little?
Somewhat optimizing
what the front door? I guess just like that. The rest of it is just 218. The whole. Did I just get lazy? That's wild. Let me go ahead and come over here.
Just makes it a lot smoother to
Alright, then we're going to do...
And 1 and 2 are also in use. So if you've got projects with like 1,000 tracks, you can now have
this one
to organize that and make navigation and automation a lot easier. Render. Add button to run actual render to file after successful dry run render. Add right-click menu action to open render peaks dialog modalessly to allow focus to return to project. After adding to the render queue, update render queue window if it is open. Clicking render peaks display sets edit cursor in project. Display cursor
and then that needs to be what's the
display short-term loudness.
Yeah, the master track.
Disabled and loudness
is this right here.
timeline ruler below
Master
render
tempo
default size
for that. So
increased resolution of loudness statistics history.
let me just move
Launch
this over
file,
here
show and
too.
folder, Media Explorer buttons respect the current
I'm gonna
selection
need to be on the
feed
far
from
side of
rendered file
things.
list. Move actions
No
to
need
jump
for
around
that.
or first look
Just,
example
and then view the
render
master
display
track.
right-click menu. Move options for completed render window closing behavior.
Um,
Render process setup window. Right-click support adding render files to project from render support changing render from preferences support changing render statistic preference from render dialog.
okay.
Time selection in
Like 215.
mouse up the time selection
And
history
then
of the project. Support hiding project markers and
so you don't fuck with that. That doesn't change. That's weird.
markers regions in HTML.
Alright, that's what's tripping me out.
Analyzing, limiting to master when rendering.
Let me move you like a little bit over here. There we go.
Render matrix or any render setup that does
And
not
then,
involve
yeah, that makes
processing
more
of
sense.
sorting. I'm just going to make sure that close render windows is not turned on right now. And without specific display, we can do things like customizing the renders specific chart. And if we want to
Alright, and then we're gonna move. There's another one I want to do. That's the one I just did.
and then insert a project marker.
Oh, I know which one. It's like over here. Nope. And also no. That one. This fucking beast over here.
To no loudness graph.
Weird ass fucking song that I wrote.
Introduction happening in this section.
Oh no.
Right click this
Oh no.
open this window modlessly to allow
Oh no.
to
What happened? Alright, cool.
So
almost fucked up. A fucking GGD. Dude, oh my god, I can never use that fucking thing live. Because it'll crash, and if it crashes, it'll make the PA monitors pop. That would be like, oh shit, an oh shit moment. Fuck that, bro.
Fixing problems without
Alright.
closing this window. So
We got that, and then now we need to
render this without any changes. I can just click render.
throw on.
In this case, it gave me
That's it, just 195 and 215. The only changes in the tempo.
Window, so I can all I would need to do is silently implement routing to avoid overwriting, and I can render that. I can open up the most recent render stats, and in here we can enable or disable project markers. So that's it for changes for the render window, and that's it for changes for this window. And that's it for this video. If you missed any of the previous update videos, there will be a link to the playlist down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, also Reaper Blog, the Patreon, and visit reaper.blog for more tutorials.
That sounds funny.
So, as I show you,
gonna slow that down to 210. Or 208. Let me do that. Let me try 208. It sounds so corny. Alright. Do 2. I want to try. Look, it's already. There's a metronome pattern there. 2. What the fuck is that? 200.
Something like this one. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god, shut up. 204.
And right click master track, show.
Let's try that real quick. Let's try play around with that for a second. Alright, I'm gonna marker them.
And hide the master track. And this action to do this tuber over here. It got big because we moved the master over there, but you can put it in the same size.
Alright.
Yeah, we got that. Remember that if you want to save your changes and be able to
put 205. I don't even remember how the song goes, really. Should be working on some new. I kind of want to make this real quick. Actually, before I go into doing all that, let me go ahead and move another track over here. What else we got? There's that one. Oh, I like that one too. This one's cool. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, I don't like that high pitch type snare hit right now. It's not working for me. And then this is gonna be.
So yeah, this one I can move. For example, if I wanted it here, and just make it small like that, and then it just looks like a sidebar with icons, and that's so cool. And having
Grab the
here is pretty convenient
tempo
because you can easily just
track,
to any track
tempo map.
And the other layout that I sometimes use is
here. Oh man, that sounds cool. I like that. Alright, and we've got this one right here.
If you would like to see that. So yeah, check out the essential icons pack in the description. I put a lot of work into it. I'm very proud
Here's this one.
I love them, and I think you're gonna love
That's a
them.
really short song. Just copy. I don't know what I did for this track. It originated as a Easy Drummer or Superior Drummer track. And it's something inside Superior Drummer to where the tempo is like really low, but it's a fast song anyway, so like the tempo betrays whatever it really is. Yeah, that's like a little too fast right now. I'm gonna put 112. 116. 112. Let's see how that sounds. Bringing up the velocity on the blast beats. Alright, time to choose an amp sim. Amp sim. I should put the bass down. I don't think I need... Oh, that looks weird. That looks crazy. I've never seen that. A fun little animation I've never seen. It must be new. It sounds really light. It sounds like distant and fake.
In the way a lot of times, and when you're trying to select a note, you probably select this by accident. I'll show you some quick ways to adjust velocity. Another one I like to use a lot, alternating between the color notes by velocity and by pitch. It's also in this menu right here at the bottom. If you color by velocity, the stronger hits will be deeper color, as well as the medium hits and soft hits. And if you color by pitch, every strong part will be a different color. yellow is the snare, and all of these are just crashes. So normally you will have this layout where it's just a piano roll, and your notes will be rectangles, and which is really good. So the main difference is that you can combine all of the settings that I showed you before. So when I press here, it's gonna show me everything in the line. And if I'm not right, click to the piano mode.
How does it sound over here?
These two super quick. Just to give you an overview.
It's over here. Listen to that by itself.
And on name notes rows. And for the piano view, it's gonna show where that using my toolbar, so I can easily switch back and forth. Hey, if you want to support, you can buy me a copy at riffs.com. Also, feel free to explore the page. I put a lot of time and heart into everything you see there. Enjoy the rest of the video. You have to kind of click and drag it in to insert the note. I much prefer to insert it in one click like this.
Yes.
Make it way simpler to get the note that you want without having to click and drag, and so on.
Maybe try.
MIDI piano roll where it says contacts, and then go for left click. And where it says the default action, just double click in there. And select insert note, just insert. That's it. Now whenever you click in here, it's gonna insert note right away. Now you may
I
wonder
like
how
the
do I
low
select
tuned
notes?
ones,
You can
I
just
think.
press shift and click on anywhere. Now it's gonna unselect every time you do that. So if you have this, shift, click, unselect that. There's an action that allows you to adjust the velocity
like
using
the
your mouse. Here's how that looks. Alright, let's say I add a snare. If I want to change the velocity, I just hold shift and use my mouse wheel to change the velocity. See how this is changing. To set this up, we go to the actions menu and search for edit value event.
I wonder if I can do something like.
You can set this to a shortcut like shift and move your mouse wheel like this. One thing I noticed about this action though, if you try it out, you will notice that you kind of have to do a lot of scrolling to get the values that you want. That's something that bothers me. Like, it's nice for fine tuning, but I prefer to be way more sensitive than that. So I actually made a custom action that is literally the same action stacked 4 times. That's gonna give you,
I think that sounds better.
4 times more sensitive to move the velocity. So yeah, you can set it up like this or however you want it, and then try it out. You'll see, yeah, that's much better. And another trick is that you can select this note to copy the velocity.
Let's do it lower.
Snare in here, and that's not the velocity I want. I actually want this velocity. You want to click this before adding the note. Just click it, and that's gonna copy over the velocity. This is pretty handy if you have multiple notes and you just want to copy over whatever velocity you were using before. So let's say I want to add some more clicks in the same velocity. These are gonna have high velocity, but if I select one of them and I put them in here, they will be all the same velocity as this one. Another thing I like to do is to adjust the grid size using my mouse. If I want more dimensions, I just need to scroll up, and if I want fewer dimensions, I just need to scroll down. And for this, I'm using a repack script. And again, all of the details will be in the description. The script name is adjust editor grid, and I have it set to Option Shift Mouse Wheel.
That's pretty cool. Reflected in the toolbar. I like
icons.
that.
If you want this, you can customize your toolbar and add these actions called grid, set to, and whatever number you want. In here, I have it set to 1, half, borders, and so on.
Hear it.
So whenever I want to write stuff in triplets, I just enable this action, and my grid changes to triplets. And the best part is that I can still adjust with my mouse wheel and still be in the triplet grid. I actually have this map to my shortcut E. You can also toggle swing grid, which will actually show you this grid that you can drag around like this to adjust how much grid left or right you want, and you also get the product grid.
I kind of like that. That's better, I think. Let's do that real quick.
This is perfect if you want to do some double kicks like
Let's
this.
put you in the red,
Maybe you want to do a snare builder,
and then
the cool
put
thing
you
is that
in
it
the
will follow your
green.
grip. So I
Yeah.
can do that even more to get even faster hits. So even more like this, and pretty fast. So yeah, I will usually do my kick and snare like this, and then for the hi-hat or whatever section, I just drag it like this. Every now and then some softer hits, you can do this. Cool, right? Now there's a faster way to do this, and it's selecting notes in pattern. So for example, I have this map, so it's gonna select every first note, or this other one that is gonna select every other note. This is super useful because now I can be like, I can wanna select every other note and just reduce those velocities a lot. So get this. And for this, I'm using these two scripts called select only even notes and select only odd notes.
Kind of just playing around with
select every other note and make those
some of the kit pieces since this is a different kit. Oh, they've got like this over here.
that you can get even more precise results. I will scroll select and select even notes like that pattern. When you run this, you get this dialog that is gonna allow you to select whatever note you want in a pattern that you want. So let's say I want to add an accent only on the third hit. I will deselect the second, the first, and the fourth. And now that I have only the third selected, I can raise the velocity on that one, and this will be the result. And now maybe we want to make the first hit an open hi-hat. We will select only the first one, and just raise that to be the
Where is...
So it sounds more like this. And you can even do more complex patterns. You can just raise the pattern length like this, and let's do 8 for example. So I want to deselect the second, the third, the fifth, the sixth, and the 8th. So I only get this.
Where is it?
And this I want them to be open hi-hats. Select them all again.
It's gotta be. Why isn't it with the other ones?
The third and the fifth like this, and I want these to be an accent. So I'm gonna raise the velocity on those and make it just for whatever reason to be a close hi-hat.
Where is this one?
How this gonna sound like? Let's see. Not good. Alright, maybe these can be.
That'd be cool. Where is it?
Alright, cool. Now, even if you adjust the velocities like I showed you, you might still feel robotic. So one trick is just to press H, and it's gonna bring up this humanized window. In here you can play with some slight timing variations and also some velocity variations that is gonna make this sound way more human. This feature is honestly such a time saver. I usually
Wes, where is this fucking thing?
the same kind, for example, just the kick section. So I just go H. And you can try also new random seeds every time to get some different.
Not programmed? It's gotta be around. It's gotta be here.
I'm just gonna make a jump track. It's just gonna start from a blank project and walk you through every step of the process. And maybe some new tips come around. I don't know. Okay, blank project. In here, I go right click, insert template. If you don't have track templates, I highly suggest using some. It save so much time. For this demo, I'm gonna use GGD Modern Fusion, so I don't have to worry about mixing, just writing. Now create a MIDI track and double click to open the MIDI editor. I'll see my MIDI editor like this, but like I showed you, I like to have this custom drum view. I'm just gonna make everything look like this. And now I'm ready to add some drums. I'm just gonna go for so kicking here as well. So now I want some space out symbols, so I set up the grid and just change the next method. Maybe this will be higher velocity as well, like this.
Where is?
Alright, I like that.
Okay, settings? Where the fuck is it? Rack tom.
Let's switch it up to make it hi-hat.
D1.
For this hi-hats, I want to double the time, so I'm just gonna increase the grid and hold.
So C.
Gonna click and drag, so it duplicates next to it. So
That's C1.
And here I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna do even, yeah, let's do even more. So more like this, now with that, like this.
It's doing something's happening.
Some ghost notes.
It might be
So
MIDI
just
remap.
very low hit like this. And let's actually
Let's go ahead and
I have it like in my toolbar, so it's easy to see. So yeah, low velocity, you can increase low and high velocity.
how is
Cool. Okay, I want to add another snare ghost, so I will click this to copy the velocity. Just click that and add another one like that.
that's C0 D0?
Cool.
What the hell?
Ghost note in here. Honestly, ghost notes is what takes your drum programming to the next level. So when in doubt, just add a bunch of ghost notes. These hi-hats can add a little more variations. So maybe let's actually do all of these, but we're gonna increase. Oh, I like to do where
There it is. Why?
all the same velocity, which is good if you want
Fuck,
to do
doesn't
the next
work.
steps I'm gonna do. So for example, if I have something like this where it's all different velocities, and
Something's off. Alright, we're not going to worry about it too much because I'm using this MIDI remap. I'll play around with it more later. Alright, let's play around with a neural DSP. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and either Soldano. I'll probably do Soldano at some point, but I want to try.
Actually, let's make this even faster.
Rubio.
By the way, if you
What are we gonna color this as?
it's not gonna snap to the grid.
Set color.
Do some quick changes like this.
To what?
Alright. So let's
I
actually
like
add some
that.
triplets. So I think maybe the last bit in here.
That ocean blue looks sick.
How does that sound?
Definitely a favorite of mine. Okay, and then you need to be an input 2. And then we've got some. Let's see something. I don't think the IRs are loaded up. Are they? No. Look at that.
It's pretty simple to do it. I have a lot
Load
of
custom
spend all day
IR.
doing this, just clicking stuff and getting different groups. It's just always fun. And that's it.
Where are the
There's still a lot
IRs?
more things I would like to talk about.
What did
So
I
if you
do
want
with
a part two,
them?
just let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, you can give it a like, that helps a lot. And as always, all of the steps and more cool resources are in the description below, so make sure to check that out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
IR exports, there we go. I never really liked them. They didn't sound like that great to me. Alright. Desktop. Yeah, I don't even know.
I have posted over 300 Reaper tips since I started this thing, and I was thinking what other cool trick I could show you for another video.
Reset all settings. So I'm gonna go to the that one.
I'm
gonna grab my guitar. Also need to reset my MIDI pedal.
And record a riff every day for a whole week. Each day I'm gonna take a different approach, and I'm gonna show you the whole process for each. So this is probably gonna be a long video, but I'm sure it will inspire you, and of course I will show you a bunch of cool tricks along the way. So join me and let's make some cool music today. Okay, let's start.
Join me, make cool music. See, he has the Soldano too. That thing fucking rips. What I really need to do, okay, open up the Reaper preferences. Oops, not what I want to do. Reaper preferences. Go back to the mini devices, reset. Alright, that's gonna be great. Go back and forth between them. Yeah, so I don't need... What I am gonna do is make the bass. Easy bass. No. And then reattune. Reattune. Send. I think this is... merges with mini bus. So what this will do is mono input 2. Exactly what I want. Okay, so now what I want to do is also clear the filter, do the neural DSP, and we're going to go to the Soldano. Soldano's pretty quick on the draw. You're in B. Oh, I gotta... Okay, it's not doing too great, man. I don't know what's going on over here. I don't like the way you're talking to me. Oh, you know what? This guy overlap 8. Window size. I don't know what he did. Yeah, he did something like that, right? Let me look at my other settings. Let's go back over here. Let me put this, let's go over here. Reattune. What are my settings over here? 50 and 8. All right. $50. That's a little bit better. What I want to do over here is I'm going to change this to metal vent or regular, whatever. Gonna make it look like it's in a studio or something. Alright. What I want to do is put you over here. I'll probably put you over here for now. And then I'm gonna color you not blue. I already got that. Not really liking any of these colors. What's that pink? Like a pink that I saw? There we go. Something like that. The same color as that one. Fuck that. Let's see. Already got that blue going. Let's try that one, that green. That might work. No. That's my tuning. Archetype for Bia. Over here. Try to do that. The flutter, the whammy flutter, which I've been able to do now because I took out one of the springs. Any more sustain on this guy? Move you over here. Oh, and I also need to tune you down, pitch you down. pitch you down, make you go large and in charge. Full screen. I need that full screen type view. All right, there we go. I need you like right there, like such. Pro tip is you should be able to see like this top line here. And kind of zoom in some, but you should be able to see your at least the top of the timeline. You don't need to see the MIDI data per se, but it's like really fast. Oh man, it's like so fast doing that. Dude, I can't play like that anymore, man. What the hell? Alright, maybe I just need more gain, that's all I need. Truly. Oh yeah, this amp's kind of interesting. Blow you up some. How's that go? Hey, I kind of got through that song. Let's see, I need more sustain, so crank that up. Let's go to vintage on this overdrive and Pushing that front end. That's weird, man. It's like a lower gain. Push up the gain here. Kind of like the tone on that. Let's mess with this tight knob. I want to turn up the volume on my headphone amp. Need some more hair. You know what, before we mess with that, let's go over here to our amp and cab section. See what we can cook up. I think they should be both on. Yeah, they are. Also, let's go for the doubler mode. Yeah, that sounds good. Ugh, what am I doing? Mess that up. Let's just do a quick record a quick passage so I can focus on dialing in a usable tone. Also, let's go ahead and pull in some of this easy bass. Alright, got the vocals going again. That was really loud. And which one? I think is it this one? No, that one. Alright, we got easy bass, MIDI over here. Pop you in over here. Oop, oop. And there we go. That's kind of weird. It's why does it have tuning's off? Let me go ahead and this is the metal tuning. Oh, wait. Yeah, because that's totally off. It's supposed to be over here. And let's go ahead. So you back to modern. Really gotta work on everything here. I like that. There we go. 421 and the 414. I like that bass tone. Let me see. idea. Let's go to the Soldano. It's that preset I made earlier. Ah, man, I dropped my pick. From all the intense shredding. And that's the whole song right there. Yeah, that should be more. Let's do that. Fucking hella intense, bro. Let's make sure I do that right. Fuck that up. Alright, there we go. Okay, delete. Let's just super glue everything. Glue items. Fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, now we can mix and match amp sims. Oh, one thing I wanted to do was route the snare over to, let's do recomp. Quick add. Gate, no. Comp, here we go. Use comp. And comp doesn't expand like EQ does, that sucks. Basically what we can do is set this to auxiliary inputs. We're gonna go ahead and run the snare to Soldano, low, SLO 100. Alright, and then we're gonna, let's see, we've got to play around with this right here. It's a mini mixer, internal mixer for each channel for routing purposes. So audio from 1-2 is going to go out on new tracks, new channels on receiving track, and it should be 3-4, so now we've got that second metering indicating that we've got track routed, and if you solo it you can't hear. So this part right here, I want to redo real quick. All right, turn you on. Do that again. Nice, nice, nice. Oh. Disable mini remap. Go back to this one. Let's throw in our easy bass. All right. That sounds so sick like that. That's so fucking cool. It's gonna be a fun song. What's the... like that it can flutter. Always gotta make sure that my the actual whammy bar on the Floyd Rose is secured properly. This is a budget Floyd Rose. I did find some. It says it's a Floyd Rose Jackson licensed Floyd Rose, and there's like a Floyd Rose block in the back of it, and it says floydrose.com. I'm wondering, like, I want to look that up, but basically, yeah, this is a knockoff Floyd Rose licensed by Floyd Rose. Okay. I want to make sure it didn't even really tighten. I wanted to apply some pressure to it. Oh man, that's gonna sound so tight. Oh, I broke it. What did I do? I fucking broke the string. Oh, fuck. Alright, well, it's 4:56. It's the end for this stream. Because I broke the string. I busted that fucking string, bro. Just abusive with that fucking thing. I don't give a fuck. And these are 8 gauge strings. So maybe I need to go back up to the 8.5s. But yeah, it just broke. And this is like a brand new set that I put on like fucking last night. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, I'm calling it. It was fun while it lasted. I want to kind of chill out before I go to work. So, whatever. Forever. Bye-byes. Good night.